gonna go to Tsuji, Japan. Okay, and we gonna have for CEO Lixuang. Okay, and she's going to talk about how her experience was like in Japan, right? Okay, so before the sharing, let's take a look at some video clips, right? Okay, and this is about a reunion, okay, in Japan, okay, and you may think, right, the reunion, okay, during the Chinese New Year, and we hope that we can just have like a wonderful beginning, okay? And let's just do something more after this reunion. And this is just like a big family. And well, we have a new cook who just came over to Japan for over 1 month, right? And we can just experience the same mother languages, right? And the familiar voice, right? This is a really good experience, right? Okay, you should take a look, right? And this cook, right, in Japan, just walked by and he heard about the familiar language, which means Chinese, right? Okay, and he just walked in, right? So how touching, right? Okay, now let's take a look at the Noto Peninsula, okay, after the earthquake in Japan, right? So let's take a look at this video, all right? And for the very beginning, and we had a chance to cook, right, for them. But we didn't have any places, any spaces to do so until, okay, late night before the day we had to do this, right? Okay. And the mayor of Nakanoto, Jojo, said yes to us, right? And so when everybody came over, and we can have a place for them, okay, but the Tsuji can really walk to the disaster area, okay, Noto Peninsula, and this is kind of touching, right? And I have to say thank you to all the people here. So in our life, right, we have a lot of benefactors, right? And this is kind of touching for us. And after that, and we cooked, of course, right? We cooked for them. But more than that, okay, we are their companions, right? And I think this is important, right? And they enjoy not only food, but also we witness a lot of touching stories. And you see on the in the video that you see this is a young lady who came over to serve as volunteer, right? And they provide hot meals, and let's talk about the tea. Okay, so did you ever tasted the oolong tea? Yes, but our oolong tea is different, right? Why? What's the difference, right? And it's both sweet and this is kind of good to smell, right? And we really want them to feel the warmth from Tsuji volunteers, right? Okay, and this is a Jingsu tea, right, in Japan. Okay, and Japanese restaurants really love the tea very much, right? Okay, so let's talk about blankets, right? And this is very, very kind of a familiar with people, right? Because whenever we have a disasters, and you will see the blanket being said to the victims, right? Okay, and we send everything to them according to their needs, right? Okay, and the size of the blankets are usually different, right? Okay, and when they show them our blankets, they are surprised that we have such like a recycling stations for elderly people for them to do something, and they feel this is good also, and they say this is also good for Nana or Joe. Okay, and this is touching, right? And the Japanese people feel this is a really kind of good experience for them, and this is something like they can also learn and imitate, right? Okay, and we can just take a look at the videos, and you will know what's going on and what we're doing in Japan. Okay, and we are busy doing something, and we are doing something this, and we are doing something like that. Okay, so Li Xiang is really busy in Japan, right? And it's really, really touching for me that, okay, although she is super busy there, and she can just spare some time for us, and we can just know about more like what she's doing there. Okay, so Li Xiang is here with us, right? And she's gonna be talking about like their experience in Japan, okay, from the March 11th tsunami to the Noto earthquake this year, right? Okay, and this is the numbers and statistics that we show, right? Okay, in the video, and the numbers talk, right? Okay, and the Tzu Chi volunteers provide so many like meals, and so many volunteers come over, and we mobilized so many people there. Okay, see, and we also have a Tzu Chi, like a coffee house, right? Okay, and you will know that you will know later that we have a Dr. Wen Bi also in the video, and because of a group of Tsuji volunteer, they care about all the victims in Japan, and this is really touching stories from all the characters here, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, now let's go to Japan, and let's give encouragement to CEO Li Xiang. We like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Hello, Li Xiang. How are you? Well, we can hear you. Turn on your voice. Sorry. So let's wait a moment. Please wave and okay, but we can't hear you. Are you sure your microphone is on? Okay, we still cannot hear you. Okay, sorry. Okay, we can't hear you. So please have someone come over and make sure the voice is okay. Okay, can you hear me? Yes, you can, but we just can't hear you. But this morning when we did a test, right, and it was very smooth, but I don't know why we can hear her right now. Okay. So we will just work hard. Okay. And this is really challenging, right? If we do the broadcasting, right? Okay. And see, we have to face like so many like problems which may happen anytime, right? Okay. And we have some messages here, right? Okay, and let me just read you some feedbacks there. Well, and are you using the headset, earphone, or what? But in the morning, and we did a test, and it was smooth, right? Okay, and that's well, still no voice there. Okay, but we think your microphone is not on, right? I am sure that in Taiwan and we're okay, no problem. We finally we hear you now. Wonderful. Okay, so we can do it, right? So do your sharing now, please. Thank you, Beiyun, and I have a chance to do the sharing there. And through online study group, and I like to say thank you to all the volunteers that help very much okay, in the Japan earthquake, right? And 3 years ago, and in 2011, which was a long time ago, and we say kizuna, actually in Japanese, it means kind of a caring and comforting, okay? And we collect a lot of love, okay, a lot of the kizuna, okay, things like March 11 tsunami and earthquake, okay, in 2011. And people in Japan, including the government, okay, and always made calls to us asking about how the reconstruction was. And in Taiwan, and we also receive so much love, okay, to us. Therefore, Japanese victims, residents, feel very touched because of all the benefactors, right? As you mentioned, we just feel a lot of love from like a Nakanoto Jojo and a lot of like doctors in the videos like a Chen Wenbi, right? And from the map, and you can see this is Ishikawa Ken. Ishikawa Ken is located on Noto Peninsula. And we can know that the earthquake, the epicenter was on the Anamizu, okay, and it caused a lot of like houses like collapsed, like a 70, I mean more than like a 70,000 houses collapsed, right? And we had a lot of residents here who are usually like a senior citizens, right? And it took up to 50%, right? So we are set by the master Zheng Yan that okay, we should focus on helping out the senior citizens there, right? And for example, we have this Teraoka Takashi-san, and he is already 82 years old. And when our Da'ai, journalists are coming over to her, coming to them, the couple, and you know that what he told us, he said to us that okay, he didn't know how to really survive because he has a wife who is 78 and he has nothing now, okay, and he didn't know what to say, right? Okay. And we also have one more example from one more person, okay, and he said to us that all the artistic works were also destroyed, and they all told our journalists they didn't know what they can do, right? Okay. And here in the picture, you see, okay, we have a terraced fields, right? And because of earthquakes, the terraced field were almost destroyed, right? Okay. But this man, okay, in the picture, okay, had been a farmer since he was 16 and he didn't know what to do. And here is a superintendent of the hospital. And Japanese people are usually gender employed, but this is rare that we see him crying there. Okay, and this is like a Shimanaka Jojo here, right? Okay, and Master Zheng reminded us that we should always do something instead of just say something. And we care more about whether we have done enough, not just about whether we do it or not, right? Okay. So I think she says that we had to really broaden our a Buddhist path, right? And we have to do more for them, and we have to imitate the power and the image of the fireflies, okay? And we can just light people's life up, right? Okay, so we set our project into three steps, right? Okay, and it was difficult, but we still do it, right? Because at that period of time, it was like a frozen cold, okay, and the traffic was a problem, and everything was kind of a challenge, right? Hey, but we have the like a mind there, so we conquered and we overcame like all the challenges, right? Okay, and we collect the water because we had to cook, right? And stage two, and we are happy that we can shoulder on like all the works, right? And we also launched the Cash for Work program there. And all the volunteers, right, in Japan, okay, from age 25 to age 88, okay, are so happy to serve, right? And they could just, okay, shoulder the responsibility about like a culinary cooking, and they have for their own functions, and they really did all the jobs really well, and they were joyous like taking up all the tasks and shoulder on their responsibilities there, okay. And after that, okay, they are jokingly say that, okay, well, now I'm a wonderful cook and I'm good at a culinary job, right? So I can cook for more than 200 people. Yeah, okay. Now they become confident, right? Okay. And they just spare all the time that they can to serve as volunteer. And this is kind of a wonderful. I'm so grateful toward this, right? Okay. And the volunteers showed us such responsibility and the task for 43 days, right? After they completed the task, right? Okay. And I said that we have a program cash for work, right? Okay. And we treat all the residents just like our family members, right? And we show them how to just do some specific works there, and we just guided them like a one by one, okay, so they don't worry about they can do something, right? Okay, and we will just show them how to do them, okay, smoothly. So this is a wonderful sharing there as well. And we also see some touching like images in the hospital, and they just set their food in a really kind of a beautiful place there, and they serve the food to all the staff members, doctors, nurses, even patients and families, the wonderful delicious food, right? Okay, and probably they are victims, right? So the hot meals are very important for them. And it is an experience when we just had a chance of cooking in the hospital, and I was really touched from by the residents and by the patients who like enjoyed our food, and they say that it was the first time after the earthquake they had a chance enjoying the wonderful food, right? And we are not doing anything. We just seize the moment and seize the affinity, and we tried our best to spread the greater love. And we want to introduce the good affinity to a lot of people in Japan, so that they could also participate in our team, right? And we are just doing something like that, right? And what is more special in stage two is that we have a Tsuji coffee house, right? And we use kind of a tiny corner space, and we decorate the corner into a very warm and a very like a beautiful like a Tsuji coffee house, and we provide like a Jinsi tea, the Jinsi black tea, and the hot chocolate and the hot cocoa there. And if you came over here and you want to serve as volunteer or anything else, the first thing is that you enjoy a good tea and you can begin your serving like hours there, right? And it is kind of a wonderful design for us, right? Okay. And when they are having the drinks in our Tsuji coffee house, right? And they will have a chance to know some information about Tsuji, right? Okay. And they also had a chance to take a shower here, and it is kind of a great chance that because we have like hot water, and it is important for people to just like have a shower and for like comfortably there. And the media in Japan and the students from Japan would also come over, and its appearance like what we have right here. So this is very kind of tiny like a thing that we see, and they can just enjoy whatever we have, right, and experience our love, right? Okay, and by the time they also had a lot to say, and maybe they just say it through like a car, say it through text, say it through messages, right? And what they say, what they show is not about the love toward Tzu. And they also carry their gifts to us, right? Okay, like a handy, like a arty crafts, right? And their food here, and they also had some alcohol, wonderful alcohol for us, although they don't know that we don't drink like alcohols, right? And all the gifts and all the behaviors like they show are the comfortable and a thankful thing toward us, right? And especially, I want to talk about Dr. Chen Wenbi, and he is working at the hospital in Nanao, and actually he is from Kaohsiung, and he just let us use his house, which is over 100 years old, and the Tzu volunteer just use this kind of an old house to cook, right? To settle them down and do a lot of like a voluntary job there so that we can have our voluntary job smoothly in Nanao. And this is a kind of a wonderful affinity, right? Okay. And Chen Wenbi, okay, works for a very good organization in Japan, and it is named, Ishikawa Taiwan Exchange Promotion Association. And he is a doctor, and he introduced Tsuji volunteers to the government officers, right? Like Naka, Noto, Jojo there, okay? And we also visited, the mayor of Ishikawa and the mayor of Hokoku there. Okay, so this is very very kind of important role in Japan, and he not only introduced us to know so many people, and he also did the culinary job with us, right? Okay, and here in the picture we have Shimanaka Koji Ejo here. Okay, and he is a superintendent in this hospital, and he just offer us the corner so that we have a Tsuji coffee house there. And he really loves our gifts there, and he witnessed a great love toward all the people there. Okay, and he also learned that our manner and our gentleness about Tzu. And he said that this is a kind of a good experience for him, right? Okay. And we have to know that this is superintendent also is appearance like a blackouts and the aftershocks, right, by himself, right? And he had to take care of this, and he had to also pay attention to his own families, because he had no time to go home after the earthquake hit Japan, right? Okay, and he says he really appreciated the volunteers of Tsuji coming over to Japan to his hospital, and and after the voluntary job, and we just stay in the a residence there, and we just had a meeting. Okay, the meeting room is the picture you see here, and can you feel the warmth here? Can you feel the comfort there? Okay, and we feel all the hearts and the sense of missions, right? Because we have to do everything well and help all the people out, right? Not only that, we also drench ourselves in the Dharma teachings of Macedonian. And now, finally, what do we have? Okay, in exchange is that we receive all the gentleness and the friendship from the residents of the Noto Peninsula there. Okay, and this is kind of touching, right? Okay. Oh, and in Japan, okay, they also reported such kind of touching news on their TV stations, right? Okay. and we hope that we can just keep going on doing more for those people in Japan who need us, right? Okay, and through the like introduction of one lady named Minami, okay, and she introduced to us like one more residence for more volunteers to reside over there. And because we said that we have like a one more step, okay, to carry it out as a project in Japan, and Minami just provide by herself, okay, the food for us, right? This is a really kind of traditional Japanese delicious food, right? Okay, we will just say thank you to her, right? And for stages 3 of the project, okay, we aimed on like a promotion of a vegetarian diets, right? Okay, and we do this in hospitals, and we do this in schools, and we like to create plans, right, to also help out them. Okay, by the way, we also create like a scholarship systems, right? And we hope that we can just spread the greater love and the Master Zheng Yun's greater Dharma to Japan, right? Okay, so this is a very, very good project for us, right? Don't you think so? And I have to thank you very much to Master Zheng Yun, to all the like volunteers globally. Thank you for letting me know about this, and I have a chance, okay, to do the sharing right there, right? So thank you very much, right? Okay. Our interpretation team feels really challenging, right? Because of your talking speed right there, huh? Okay. Well, so anyway, okay. Thank you for your assurance, and we experience everything through your presentation, right? Okay. So this is the image of Lixuang, okay? And now we receive some feedbacks, right? And we have a message from Beijing, and it says that facing all the challenges, right? What they want to do is just to like help people out there. And we have a message from Ilan saying that the Jin City is kind of a wonderful experience for us, right? And here, one more message says that, okay, and Li Xiang really spread a greater love, right? And this is kind of a great marriage, right? And one more message is saying that this is an experience of a life, right? And work people and work into people's lives, right? By helping them out when they need us, right? And we also experience the impermanence of the life, right? And here's a message saying that, okay, thanks to the gentle like a presentation of Li Xiang, and this is kind of a great sharing from Li Xiang, and you do all the presentations and sharing